Welcome into Paul Catalina's Top 5, brought to you by Texas Beef House. Go to bidonbeef.com. Hey, that Chris's auction ends today, Thursday. So if you want to get in on it and make sure you've got wonderful Wagyu beef, Texas raised before Christmas, make sure you do that. Use our promo code 365sports. Let's dive into some transfer fits. Volume 1, we're going to do this again tomorrow and probably as people pop in the transfer portal before they make their decisions. So we'll go through, pretty much all the big names that are in there. Now there's other fits and things. There's going to be a million people in the portal. So if I don't get to your guy, it's probably because I didn't deem him worthy of a top 5. And that's a shot at you as a fan. Pick a better team. I kid. Transfer fits, volume 1. Let's get into it. Number 5, Dane Key, wide receiver, Kentucky. He is in the transfer portal. Excellent player. Really, because of Kentucky's terrible offense this year, he did not really get a chance to shine. Liam Cohen left. He went to the Bucks, and you see what that's done for Baker Mayfield and crew there. They did not respond well on offense under Mark Stoops this year at Kentucky. They had a couple of nice wins, but for the most part, a pretty bad season there at 4-8 for the Wildcats. Dane Key in the portal. I say he needs to go to Nebraska. You saw what Isaiah Nayor really helped them play well in that aspect. They've got to get better out of the passing game. Dana Holgerson's the offensive coordinator now, and guess what that means? That means you're going to see more passing from the Nebraska offense with Dylan Raiola. You step in with an elite quarterback, a guy who's on the way up in Dylan Raiola. You give him a veteran target. Great fit there for Dane Key. But, again, we have no idea where he's going. This is just where I think he should go. Number 4, Jackson Arnold, quarterback, Oklahoma. I think he should go play at Utah. I think this is a team that, especially given the way that he kind of got rattled, with all the ins and outs of the offense with the Sooners this year, it stopped being a fit. And look, Ben Arbuckle is coming in. Maybe he brings John Matier from Wazoo. Maybe it's somebody else that's the quarterback at Oklahoma next year. They'll have their pick because they're Oklahoma. But I do think Utah would be a good place for him to go because, again, that offense is built through the running game. It'll allow them to, sit back and wait on some of their younger quarterbacks. I think Utah would be a fantastic fit for Jackson Arnold and allow him to maybe find his true north a little bit more than he was able to do at Oklahoma. Number 3, Connor Weigman, Texas A&M. This dude would be the best quarterback Iowa maybe ever had, and I'm not kidding about that. Connor Weigman got a little bit of a knock, but he just wasn't a fit in Colin Klein's offense, and that's fine. But this is a dude who's a 5-star quarterback, and if you've watched him whip the ball around the yard, he's pretty damn good at it. He's 4-1 as a starter this year. Marcel Reed, better fit for the Aggies at quarterback. And look, they have questions to answer all over the board, but after a rebound season where they went 8-4, they were in pretty much every game. They lost to some really elite teams, that's for sure. But Connor Weigman, not a reason they lost games. Really not when he was playing. He was 4-1. The one loss was to Notre Dame, who's going to be in the playoff at the beginning of the year. And that game was nip and tuck until the end. So Connor Weigman, not really a fit in Colin Klein's offense, but he certainly could be a fit in Tim Lester's offense at Iowa that showed an uptick this year. Now, they're going to lose Caleb Johnson to the draft, but Iowa's really great at finding tight ends and running backs. And if you get him a wide receiver or so, I think you're going to see that tick up. But I think Iowa is a great fit for Connor Weigman. Number 2, Mikey Keene at Fresno State. Formerly of UCF, he was John Rice Plumlee's backup. John Rice Plumlee got hurt a couple years ago. Mikey Keene stepped in, played great, and he's played really well for Fresno State. Now they're changing head coaches, so he's in the portal. I say he goes to play for my beloved Florida State Seminoles, pretty simply because Gus Malzahn's there. He knows the offense. They need to kind of make that quick switch if they want to get out of the 2-10 basement that they're in, and basement is, let's call it the sewer. The basement is a nice place. You can have a man cave in a basement. You can do a lot of cool crap in a basement. They're in the sewer. Like, that's below the basement. That's a bad place to be. So help him get out of the sewer. I think Mikey Keene can do that. Will that be where he goes? No idea. Maybe he beefs with Gus. I have no idea. But he played in Gus Malzahn's offense. It's a chance for him to go back into Florida and play for Gus Malzahn again, in a system that he knows and he's played very well in. Number 1, Miller Moss at USC. I know a lot of people are saying Michigan, but I think the best fit for him is actually Louisville. Jeff Brom, really good quarterback coach, has gotten the most out of Jack Plummer and Tyler Shuck over the last 2 years, and those are guys who were in and out of lineups their entire career too. Who does that remind you of? This guy right here, Miller Moss. In and out, in and out, in and out. You know, had some good moments, but Miller Moss at Louisville makes a ton of sense to me. That's a good coaching staff, a good team, and someone who he could bring some stability there to him as he heads on to try to get to the next level. That's going to do it for this edition of the Top 5. Tomorrow, Volume 2, and yes, I do get to Micah Hudson. Don't worry, Tech fans. It's coming for Friday. You just have to wait until the weekend. That's going to do it. See you later, everybody.